So, oops. Where's everybody else?
Megan's not joining tonight.
Okay. Isn't Keith supposed to be setting up?
Mm-hmm.
So are we recording yet?
Nope. It's recording.
Oh,
Just
it
waiting
is?
for Keith to join.
Okay. So here, let me show you. So I got this little card in the mail from Megan, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
So I guess she sent us all some cards, so hopefully you two will each get one.
Yeah, I'll get mine eventually.
So is it snowing over there in Canada? What's the weather like?
It's not snowing here. You know, the last time it snowed on Christmas here was 2013 and 2008 before that. So likely, this is only going to be the third white Christmas in my whole adult life. It's crazy to think about. Canada, this area of Canada doesn't get hardly any fucking snow.
Hold on,
He was on there for a second. He left.
I saw his lights. It looked all dimmed out.
Oh yeah. Oh, there he is. Back at it again.
Yo, testing.
There you are. You are very dark.
Can you guys hear me okay? Or does it sound weird?
I can hear you just fine.
It sounds fine. It just looks... Are you out in the patio or something? It's super
Yeah,
dark.
I'm always on the patio. I just got to turn on my light and shit. I just, my dad found some AirPod Pros, but it's only the right one on the airplane. It was Trevor's AirPods. Thank you, Trevor. So I just connected it to my MacBook to see if it's any better, because I know the regular AirPods I have a shitty headphone. So I don't know if this sounds any better with the Pro.
Hey, Keith, would you be interested? They sell those rings at Bloomingdale's, like the ring. There's little photo rings that people use for
ring light.
Yeah, ring light.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Veronica got it for me last year for Christmas when I started doing podcasts.
Yeah, man, they're the handiest thing. I paid like $25 for mine.
Yeah, I think she got her, mine for I don't know, 20
there
bucks
you
or something
go.
like that.
Well, you did now, yeah. Oh, you just
When you
count the exchange rate, it's like the same.
I was testing out this AirPod Pro thing to see if it sounds okay or not.
It sounds good. Yeah.
It's hard for me to tell if I sound good. You know what I mean?
I think it sounds.
I'm hoping it sounds better. I would assume it has to sound better than.
I think it sounds better.
Yeah,
for sure.
It sound better than normal?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sick. I'm literally gonna save these only for doing the podcast.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so this is my new podcast fucking headset because it's only the right one, and I don't really like the way that it goes in your ear more. It's got that rubbery thing that you jam in your ear, so then you can you don't hear around you if you want. You can
a real earbud.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I prefer the other ones, the Apple ones that are molded plastic ones. They fit in my ear better. It feels more comfortable to me.
I thought that was so
have,
funny.
A perfect ear.
When Apple said they were bringing out the iPod, the fucking EarPod Pros, and they were like, it's gonna have more soundproofing that's never been seen before, and then they just put a fucking rubber tip on it. Those have existed since the 70s, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, they've had that for a long time, bro. Apple is hilarious.
Apple's so fucked.
Yeah. No, they really are, dude. I 100% agree with you there.
I want you both to know that before we do this, one of the facts that I have written down is incredibly controversial. And I just want you all to go for it. Just really lean into it because it's so controversial and yet it actually makes so much sense. But we'll get there.
Sounds cool.
I don't have a pork flavored candy cane like I thought.
Oh, you don't? Damn.
But I have this beluga whale flavored candy cane.
I just have cherry flavor.
Oh yeah, the cherry flavors always have the weird colors like that.
Yep, multicolor. This was my favorite as a kid, but I kind of prefer regular peppermint nowadays as an adult.
I love peppermint. This is one of those unique candy canes that's flavored like beluga whale, so that's my traditional cooking.
Oh shit! Okay.
Sir, because I couldn't get the dill pickle. Feeling frosty.
Awesome. Frosty. Oh yeah, get baked. Speaking of which, I need to pack up a song here.
So, Peter, you got your segment for this one? Go.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
Well, not right now. It's going to be after the surf report.
Oh yeah.
I don't think. And then started the.
Peter J. And then we haven't quite started yet. Sorry, I'll start it right now, and then we can move on.
Actually, don't start it yet. I want to pack a song first, so I'm not just sitting here looking all weird off the side of the screen.
Fucking rights.
Just cracked open my Pacifico, my lager for the night. And let me see here. I'm gonna have to shift my positioning here, I think, too.
How's things getting busier? What's the latest? So Kevin, what was going on? Something wasn't the whole town flooded, or something with the supply chain is all messed up? You were saying the infrastructure up there in Canada is things are having trouble with deliveries.
Only yesterday did they get a road open that led to the rest of Canada, because that we had the really bad flooding, 2-3 weeks ago, that fucked up all of our highways. I mean, every single fucking highway out of Vancouver was like a landslide hit it, and all the train tracks as well. So the only way to get in and out of this part of Canada specifically was through air, the water, or the border. So there was like no supply coming in. But now they've got a road open and fuel's coming in again, and they've got it open for commercial trucks. What the fuck? Oh, Emily's trying to come in the door. But now it's open again, but not for non-essential travel though. Only for commercial travel. The only way to get into the rest of the Canada for non-essential travel is to go through the American border, and they have it opened up just for Canadians. So they don't need a PCR test to get in for 72 hours, and then you can go up through Spokane that way into the rest of BC.
Good thing they don't do a PCP test. I would fail.
What's PCR test? Like a COVID test?
Yeah, it's I forget what it stands for, but it's like the molecule test.
Oh,
I think it's the nose one. That's that's a PCR test. I forget what it stands for. I only just heard it called a PCR test recently. Anyways. Fuck COVID.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Except for quarantine, that was the best.
I got a song packed now, so I am ready when you guys are.
Here we go. Welcome to the Earths Suckhole. On today's episode, we bring you the nightmares of Christmas and the joys. My name is Kevin.
My name is Peter.
Oh shit, and I'm Keith.
How are you all doing?
Doing
I'm
good.
Doing jolly. I've seen a lot of ho-ho-hos making my jingle bells and my jingle balls jiggle.
Oh, the terrible puns. Oh, they're so great. Let's get into it then, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do some fuck facts. Fuck fact number 1. The modern Christmas tree. Shit. Hang on a second. My writing is atrocious. The modern Christmas tree is thanks to Prince Albert. However, the tradition goes back to the Vikings, who would hang meat on a tree as a sacrifice. Did you all know that?
I actually have heard that one, I feel like. A long time ago. Something hanging meat on trees. I remember that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cultures that have done it throughout history, but I'm pretty sure that if you go back far enough, like, even before Rome, like, the Vikings were fucking doing it.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Fuck fact number 2. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was started as a marketing advertisement. It wasn't Macy's. There was another big department store, and the owner went to one of their story writers and was like, come up with a fucking children's book for Christmas that we can sell and make fucking money off of. And he was like, I don't know, a reindeer with a goddamn red nose. And he came up with Rudolph. And like, it was like 1939. So it was just like, I'm pretty sure World War II was going. And he named him Rudolph after Germans.
Ah.
Fact number 3. This one is very controversial. Jesus was likely in a homosexual relationship with disciple John, who compared to the other disciples, and as the Bible says, he loved in a very special way. And this is something that historians are getting on board with more and more. However, the church is flat out denying these allegations. Flat out denying them. But there's a lot of evidence to prove to the point that Jesus might, well, in fact, have been gay. If he wasn't a living mushroom. Well, even if he was a mushroom, he's still fucking gay. That's what I think. It makes a lot of sense.
I mean, have you ever seen a straight guy with 6-pack abs like that? I mean, he's a little too well toned to be, most straight guys don't put that much emphasis on the way they look. Just saying, like those gay guys, they're like really fit usually.
Well, I think another thing of evidence is that, but when he was alive, this is well before Christianity, and he was actually a Jewish rabbi, and like almost all Jewish rabbis at the time, like married into relationships. It wasn't like they were celibate or anything. And Jesus was one of the only Jewish rabbis in like ancient or modern history to like never be married. And people like have speculated that he might have married Mary Magdalene, the one who they call a whore in the Bible.
Yeah.
And like the Da Vinci Code went into the whole fact that Mary Magdalene was actually pregnant with Jesus' baby, and she was the Holy Grail and shit. But I'm pretty sure Jesus was a fag.
Oh,
Makes
man.
a lot of sense.
I've heard both of those theories, and they both. Well, I don't know. For me, I don't even believe any of those stories. But I don't think Jesus was real. However, I could, they're both believable stories in the fantasy world of the Bible.
Maybe we'll have to have a new segment, Nazareth Man or Fiction. And that's where he's from, Jesus of Nazareth.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea for the next episode. Nazareth Man or Fiction. You just put like 3 crazy facts about Jesus.
You know what? And it will be Jesus' birthday, so
you know what I'm saying?
Well, wasn't like historically they said his real birthday was more in like July. It was like in the middle of the year, wasn't it? Like in December. Like
I think like the history books point towards his birth being more in the springtime, but they moved it to Christmas because so many other religions already use that day as their holy day, and Christianity was like, we have no original ideas. We're gonna steal that.
Was it even like the whole like Christmas tree and the winter solstice? Wasn't that like some previous religion that it was like it wasn't like an originally a Christian thing? Like, you said pagans, yeah.
Pagan thing.
Yeah, pagans was the Christmas tree, and like the whole story of like Jesus dying and reincarnating 3 days later is what the sun does during the winter solstice. It goes down to the very lowest point it will get, and it will stay there for 3 days and then rise back up. People think that's where the idea of the whole Jesus reincarnation came from. That's Easter, though.
So the whole religion is based on a pun? Like they're talking about the Son of God and the actual sun?
That's like... You ever seen the movie Zeitgeist on YouTube? There's like 4 of them now.
Yeah, I've seen the Zeitgeist.
But the first one really gets into this whole thing about the whole Son of God actually being the fucking sun shit.
The sun, yeah.
Yeah, crazy shit. Jesus, that wasn't even a conspiracy. That's next week. Well, let's do some weather.
It's the fucking weather.
You like it or you don't. Today's weather is, you guessed it, Santa's Village. No, wait, that's next week. Sorry, I have them all mixed up in my head. It's the North Pole, which is different from Santa's Village. And if you go listen to Rant or whatever from last year, I have a whole episode about that. The weather at the North Pole is negative 39 degrees Fahrenheit.
Jeez.
What is that in Celsius?
Ooh-wee.
Again, that's negative 39 in Celsius as well. I guess that's where.
Oh, damn, it's the same number. That's crazy.
Christ, that is fucking. That's like you're outside without a jacket and you're dead in like a minute and a half. There's no.
Sets in real fast.
Oh, there's no hypothermia. It's like you get cold and then you die.
You'd like snap in half. You'd be like solid ice.
Yeah. That's where your breath turns solid and you can pull it out of your mouth.
Oh. Speaking of that, man, I'm feeling frosty. I'm going to take a rip here. Cheers to the North Pole being frosty as fuck.
So frosty. I don't know how the fucking bears do it. All 6 of them that are left.
For those listening to the audio version, I am wearing a green Santa hat that says "Feeling Frosty" in green, as a reference to getting high and feeling frosty.
Have you seen this thing? It's like a jester hat, but it's Santa.
I noticed that. That's sick. I used to have a jester hat for skiing, but it wasn't Christmas colors.
I've had this since I was like 15 years old, man. I pull it out every year out of my ass somehow.
My parents found my hat that I had from high school. I think that's the same thing. I was like 14, 15 when I got it, but my head is bigger now. I guess it doesn't fit on my head. Like I can squeeze it on, but I feel like I'm going to get a headache because it's like so tight.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to put this on earlier and I was like, man, it does feel tighter than when I was a kid, just a little bit.
Yeah. This one is perfect, actually. It's like even a little loose. Like it fits perfectly. I got it for $4.99 at fucking Rite Aid when I was picking up some prescriptions today. I was like, this might as well fucking add it to the list here.
That's so good. $4.99 for
a
hat. Fuck yeah.
It's like a pretty legit hat. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like a shitty cheap one either.
Yeah, somebody put fucking time into that, man, and then sold it to you for $4.99.
Sneeze coming on.
So I have a movie review.
It's a awesome. Christmas movie?
I could have just fallen asleep right there. I'm so fucking high.
Trying to think. I know I've recently seen some movies. I can do a review. Let me think of what it was, though. But you go first.
My movie review to ignore is an oldie, but a goodie. That's The Santa Claus starring Tim Allen. Made in. Nice. Let's pretend that we all know what year it was made. I give this movie 16 out of 69% for being almost a perfect Christmas movie. And when I say almost, I mean like top fucking 3, I think, honestly. And it's not only funny, but it has that like drama, Christmas drama, but like not too much because it's Tim Allen, and Tim Allen is a fucking flawless actor.
He keeps it he keeps it comedic.
Yeah,
you know man. I mean, even though it's like drama, but he keeps it lighthearted and fun.
Yeah, he keeps it lighthearted. The way he moves and shit, and just I love the whole when he goes into the office to get the meeting, and they all start ordering lunch, and he just gets everything, starts fucking piling it in. I love that fucking movie. 16 out of 69% I give to Santa Claus. And I'll give you a little story about when they filmed Santa Claus 2. They actually filmed it on my street in Dunbar, Vancouver. And I remember Tim Allen going by me in the sleigh with all the cameras. And they told us, they were like, you can't come outside to the front yard for the next like 6 hours or whatever. But you can all fucking watch from your windows or whatever. And we did. We watched them go by. And then I was watching that scene. And like, on the...
Can you see your place? in the movie?
You can't see my place. The background is blurred the fuck out. It was done in the summer, by the way. It was all fake snow, and it felt colder there, honestly. But there's this giant reindeer right across in our neighbor's yard, and you can see that it's blurry when it goes by, and I'm just like, I'm on the other side.
Wow.
It's dope as fuck.
That's sick.
I have written down here as well. There is no such movie genre as Christmas. Right. People that say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, well, technically, Christmas movies aren't a genre. They're like comedy, dramas with a Christmas theme. Point. And so Christmas technically isn't a genre, so all of you saying Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, well, neither is A Christmas Story. Technically, it's a drama. Wait, A Christmas Story is the one with the kid who shoots his eye out?
Yeah.
Fuck that movie!
Is that a comedy? I can't. Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of a comedy drama almost.
Comedy drama with the Christmas theme, yeah.
There was a movie I saw a bunch as a kid in school, and it was about a reindeer and a girl that like believed in reindeers, and then she found one. I don't remember what. I think it was literally just called like Reindeer or some shit, but I don't know why. But they played it in my school. I've seen it at least 4 fucking times, and it was okay, but it was like total drama, like more of like a chick flick Christmas mix. I don't know. Not my favorite.
Like, she believed in reindeer, like she kind of
thought she found one in the forest or some shit. I don't know. It was kind of a weird ass story.
Like, who's not believing in reindeer? Like, Canada has a reindeer on our quarter. They're called caribou.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know they're like real reindeers. I guess a flying reindeer. That's what it was. Like she saw it fly or some shit crazy. I can't. It was a long time ago when I saw it, but I just remember seeing it multiple times and it being kind of a weird story.
That does sound weird.
And something about school play, and then one of the reindeers falls, and it's like a metaphor or like a what do they call that? Like an omen or something. I don't know.
So, there's a streaming service called Peacock. I think it's free, but they
NBC, isn't it?
What is it?
Is it NBC that has Peacock?
Yeah. And you're right. It is free. You can get the free version, or you can pay to get more shit, I guess.
So they fund and make their own Christmas movies, and one of them is called Christmas Shoelaces, where this woman's daughter doesn't have shoelaces, and that's all she wants for Christmas. That's all she fucking wants. And this whole movie is about the daughter wanting fucking shoelaces, and the mother has shoelaces, and instead of taking it off her shoes to give to her kid, she takes them off and like ties them in a fucking tree. And like, I'm telling you, don't watch it.
Like, what's the moral of the story?
That go buy some fucking shoelaces. They're like 25 cents down at the dollar store.
Yeah, you get like a 5-pack.
Is this like magic? Is something magical about the shoelaces? I don't know.
Well, the magic is that they make the little girl happy.
Okay.
Through the power of giving, Peter.
Okay.
It's just a ridiculous concept.
Well, I do have a movie review to ignore. It is not really Christmassy, but it's the movie I recently rented at the Redbox, and it's got candy in the title, and I eat a lot of candy at Christmas, like in my stocking. I always get candy from Santa. But this is almost more of a Halloween style movie because it's Candyman, and it's a horror movie. And it's the Jordan Peele one that just came out this year, and it was fucking fantastic. I had recently watched the original in October, around right before Halloween, and so I was late to watch this sequel. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a remake or what they were going to do, but they made it a true sequel. I don't want to spoil too much, but they talk about the original movie. They tell the story with like finger puppet things, and it's real sick. Like the way it's done is fucking awesome. I love it. And then it was definitely pretty fucking creepy. They had there wasn't really any jump scares. It was more just like kind of creepy shit happening, and I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. Honestly, I like Jordan Peele. His horror movies have been pretty damn good. Get Out was nice. I liked Us a little more after the second time I saw it. It made a lot more sense, and I loved it.
Me too, actually.
And I got much more appreciation for it. And then this movie was my favorite so far, The Candyman. It was great. It was such a good sequel. And yeah, man, I don't, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's one to fucking watch. And I would give it a 15 out of 16 ampersand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy that it's that good because, man, I it's not that I had doubts, man, but I was scared that it was going to be bad,
Right. I was like a little, that's why it took me a while to see it. Like, I wasn't like, I got to see this immediately. You know what I mean? But it was not disappointing. It surpassed my expectations. But I don't want to get your hopes up too high because I know some of my movie reviews, you've not been super excited after you've seen the movie. But I do know.
That's not your fault, though. That's like. Sorry, what?
Hey, so Kevin,
it is what it is.
Have you ever been to a theater since the pandemic? Like, because that used to be me and Keith's thing. We'd go like once a week. We'd go this once. We'd see some good horror movies. Remember, we'd see like It and then all those Jordan Peele movies you're talking about. Like, they were a lot. And Halloween. Remember, we saw that.
Yeah, Halloween. We saw Midsummer. We saw it twice. We saw.
Midsummer. That's like your favorite. Have you ever seen that, awesome. Kevin? Have you ever seen Midsummer?
I've seen Midsummer like 5 times since it came out. It's such a great movie.
Yeah, it is an awesome. Have you seen the extended one?
I've seen it 4 times.
They nailed the look of mushrooms. Like when they're eating the mushrooms and they're looking up at the trees and the grass.
And they all start moving and shit. Yeah.
Man, I'm like, man, that's like actually what it's like to take like an eighth of mushrooms and you start really coming up and looking and like especially when the sun is out and you do them, you're like, wow. And they nailed it. Fuck yeah. But I like Kevin, when the old dude jumps off the cliff.
Did you ever see the director's cut, like the extended version that was almost 4 hours?
Oh, you gotta see it.
Whoa, that exists?
Yeah, dude. They put it in theaters and they have it on DVD. I'm considering buying it, but it's like fucking $45. But I don't know. It's probably worth it. I'll watch it at least a couple of times. But yeah, dude, they put so much more of the story before they go Sweden. Like, there's a lot more backstory with her boyfriend and them planning the trip in the director's cut, and it puts a lot of it more together. Like, it makes it really good.
4 hours, man. I love long movies like that. I'm gonna love that.
I think it was like 3 hours and 42 minutes, but I swear to God, when we saw it in the theater, it felt even faster than the first time because we'd already seen it, the regular one, so we kind of knew what was coming. But the movie still moved, like it didn't feel like you were sitting there like for 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like it was engaging, like time went by. I loved it. It was one of my favorite movies of all time, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, probably as far as like modern horror goes, it's in my top 5 for sure. Yeah. You know what else is in my top 5 for modern horror, which isn't for a lot of people because I don't think they gave it a really good chance, is The Bye Bye Man. I fucking love that movie. It was brutal, man. They did it so good, and I think people laughed at it because of the name, but like it's actually, I really hope they make The Bye Bye Man like a modern icon because that guy's scary as fuck, dude. Awesome.
I honestly have never seen it. I definitely need to watch it then.
I really enjoyed it. Like the plot line actually is like really good, and like I don't know why. I don't know. People just didn't give it a chance, I think, because of the name. They made lots of memes.
Right.
Making fun of it, and people were like, "Oh, it's a joke," but like, it's a serious horror movie. It's not a joke, man. It's really good.
Fuck yeah! Dude, send me.
Hey, Emily.
I'm gonna watch it 100%. See if I can find it on Netflix or somewhere online. But Kevin, what I was gonna say.
Okay. Hey, sorry.
Oh, no worries. What I was gonna say before was that out of my movie reviews that I gave really high ratings, there were at least 2 that I know you agreed with, and that was Willy's Wonderland, of course, amazing, and then Fat Man. I think you also enjoyed that one a lot too.
Fat Man is now one of my favorite Christmas movies. They perfectly made Mel Gibson's one of my favorite Santa Clauses now, and I can't believe they made a Christmas movie with zero Christmas imagery. It's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Fantastic.
They really nailed it, man.
No trees, no candy canes, none of that shit.
None of that shit, man. The elves, too.
The elves, that's the closest thing. And they didn't even look like elves. Yeah, they were like little worker dudes making weapons.
Don't you guys think that your lack of growth and pale skin is caused by your diet? Simple sugars. That's what we realize is most efficient. Every elf takes a 20-minute nap every 8 hours. That's how we keep on a 24-hour cycle. Like, what the fuck?
That shit was crazy, dude. I love it. Crazy. So good.
The only one I never really liked was Z. You know that one with the imaginary friend? I think was called Z.
Oh yeah, I remember. That one. I don't know. It was okay, but you're right. It wasn't the best.
Wasn't my favorite. I think that I liked.
Some of it was creepy to me. I saw it super late night, and I thought it was a little creepy. But
I don't know. I thought it could be better. I liked the Babadook better.
Oh, Babadook is one of my favorite. That's literally in my top 10 with Midsummer. I would say Babadook's up in there. I would have to say Oculus might probably be up in there too for modern horror movies that I loved.
Oh, Oculus is one of those ones I do not like. But,
really?
I think
I love.
I need to give it a chance again.
I like movies like that where you see it and then at the end they show you what really happened. Like there was the Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows. That was like that too. I mean, that movie was horrible, but I like that the way that that idea in a movie where it's like, oh, that didn't happen. This is what really happened. You know, the one that was probably the best that did that. Oh fuck, what's that movie called? Oh man, it was a French chick. High Tension. Fucking amazing.
I never saw that. Never saw that.
I can't tell. And okay, well, I don't know if I want to spoil it for you, but maybe I do. The whole movie.
Okay, wait a minute. If you're about to spoil this movie, let's put in a disclaimer here. I'm going to count to 5, and then after that, if you don't want to hear a spoiler about this movie, then skip.
I'm not going to do it because I think people should watch it. And I think it's another one where it's not a lot of people have seen it. My brother hates horror movies, and this is one that he had on DVD, and I was like, what's this? And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, this is amazing. And so the fact that he likes it and hates horror movies, I was like very curious, and I was blown away. Bottom line, super crazy movie. It's like in a French farmhouse. This chick is being attacked by multiple people, and she's defending herself, and it's bloody as fuck. It's intense as hell, and the ending is a super fucking mind fuck. And it's one of those movies. They show it back, and then it's none of it happened the way that they showed you in the beginning, and you're like, holy shit! Like it is crazy ending. But that's all I'm saying. Check it out. Definitely watch it. I would give that one easily 16 out of 16. I could watch that over and over.
Damn. High Tension.
High Tension. Phenomenal movie.
And not like the WWE pay-per-view.
Nothing like the Book of Shadows. Nothing like the Z-Man. It's like kind of the way you're describing the Bye-Bye Man. Just like true carnage. Lots of crazy brutality happening.
Fucking right. Dude, that was a good movie session.
Indeed.
Let's do some of that surf report.
All right. Cowabunga dudes, let's go ride some waves. All right, so this episode and the next episode, Keith told me to pull out some Christmas-themed beaches. All right, dudes. So I've got 3 beaches, as always. And here we go. We got a beach in New York called Poles, like the North Pole where Santa's from. And then we've got Wales in the United Kingdom across the pond. This one is called Snowdonia. I don't think they actually have much snow, but okay. And then the last beach we've got is called Deerfield, and this beach is down in Florida. We got 2 East Coast beaches off the U.S. We got Deerfield and Poles, and then got Snowdonia over in the UK. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then I'll read the names of the beaches one more time. We've got, which beach has the biggest waves? And a bonus point if you can guess how big the wave is. All right. Got Poles, Snowdonia, and Deerfield.
Wait, where is Paws? What part of the country of the planet?
Poles is New York.
Oh yeah.
Snowdonia is in the UK, and then
Deerfield is in Florida.
Florida. With the Florida man, dude. He's doing crazy shit and surfing waves. Oh.
I will say the biggest wave is in Florida.
I'm gonna guess Snowdonia and the UK, and I'm gonna guess 10 meters.
All right, Peter, do you have a guess for how big the biggest wave is?
Wait, 10 meters, isn't that like 30 feet? Like a meter is like 3 feet, isn't it?
I don't fucking know. Just sound like a good old round number to me.
That'd be a huge wave, but okay.
That is 10 feet, because this only tells me feet, dude. I can't convert to meters, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a meter. I don't know. I thought waves are always done in meters. I only go by feet. Let's go like 10 feet then.
All right.
Well, okay, so I'll say 8 feet.
8 feet. Okay, well, surprisingly, the biggest waves is in New York with only 1 to 2 feet.
So we're both wrong.
Yeah.
1 to 2. That's not even.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're both wrong there, right? Or no? Was Kevin right?
I was wrong.
You guys are.
Oh no. It was only 1 to 2 feet. That's not big though, and those were the biggest waves.
Yeah,
aren't the waves a lot smaller in the winter, right?
No, waves. Well, on the West Coast, waves are bigger, dude. That's when I'm out there catching my barrels, ripping out some 10 to 15 foot swells, closing down the piers. All right. But apparently, the East Coast never has big waves, dude. The only time the East Coast gets good waves is when they have a goddamn hurricane.
Okay.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, East Coast sucks for surfing, dude. Those guys are fags. But I honestly don't know shit about the UK, but it looks like they have small waves there too. Because I'll tell you what, man, Snowdonia is flat. It's got no waves, dude. It's a fucking pond. Across the pond is still a pond. Oh, man. And then over at Deerfield in Florida, we've got 0.5 to 1 foot waves, dude. You can't even ride on a goddamn boogie board on those. Jesus.
Oh, man.
All right. Now, I think if I ask you guys which beach has the warmest water, that would be a little too obvious. So let's go with which beach has the coldest water. We've got Poles in New York, Snowdonia in the UK, or Deerfield in Florida.
Well, it's either New York or the UK. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to say. Wait. So, God, which is which? Oh, you said Poles. I'm going to say Poles in New York.
Well, I'm going to go with the UK because my mind. I know that New York gets cold this time of year, but for some reason, I feel like there's a storm over there that's happening that's bringing in warm weather. So I'm going to say the UK.
Okay, well, interesting. It's actually pretty close. So the Poles in New York has 51 to 54 degree water. Fuck that. It says you want a full dry suit. And then Snowdonia is a chilly 48 to 50 degrees. Holy moly. And it doesn't even recommend you a suit to wear because it's too goddamn cold.
Yeah, because it's like snowing in London.
Yeah, and there's no waves, dude. It's flat. Why would you go out there?
I mean, what's around the UK? There's like the canal that leads to France, and then is the other side even open ocean? Or is there like something there? Isn't like Greenland right there next to it?
Yeah, I think it connects. I don't know, man. I was just getting baked and skipping class in geography, dude.
I always used to have world maps up, but I can't. I think Greenland is right there. It's not really open ocean. I'm probably wrong though. Yeah, man. England is it's like Ireland. That's right. It's like the big Ireland is right there. They have a little bit of open ocean, but it's all blocked off, pretty much.
All right. Well,
I don't know what that's for the water.
Point for Kevin. All right. All right, dudes. Final question. Here we go. What we're gonna do with this one? Oh well, I love getting high, and we haven't done it yet, so we're going with the high tide. Which beach do you think has the highest tide? I'm gonna put them in reverse order. We got Deerfield in Florida, Snowdonia in the UK, and Poles in New York. And just so you guys know, the height of the tide has nothing to do with the size of the waves. So it's really random. You'll have no idea.
Well, I mean, I would have thought it would have been the one with the highest wave, but well, let's see. I'm just gonna say Poles again.
That's New York.
Yeah.
Well, I know that here we just went through a super king tide. And because I'm pretty sure that the opposite side of the planet reverses the shit that we do, so the next king tide will be as far south. So I'm going to go Florida.
All right. Bummer, you guys are wrong again. The high tides are in Snowdonia. Snowdonia's coming in with a 10.5 foot high tide, where we've got a low tide of 0.4 in Deerfield, followed by a 0.3 foot high tide in Poles. So, Kevin is the winner.
Vince McMahon hands.
Right.
Vince McMahon
Way
hands.
to go, Hamilton. I mean, Kevin. Totally awesome.
Vince McMahon hands. Editor Kevin, edit in an applause here. That was
all right.
Great.
Well, that does it. I'll see you guys later. Until next time. Adios.
Bye, Spicoli.
Bye.
That's so much fun. I love that game. Well, I believe that we're going to kick off our inaugural segment of the Peter J Show, or whatever the hell he wants to call it, because I forgot. I'm so sorry.
So we're just going to call it Peter's portion. It's my portion of the show. And it'll be more of a variety show, but for this particular week, we're going to play a little game. I call it Peter Fact or Nah. And so there's going to be 3 things. 2 will be true and 1 will be false. And you have to tell if it's a Peter Fact or Nah. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's just like Florida man or fiction. But this is something completely different because I'm a California man. So this is California man or fiction. Something completely different.
I love this so much.
Anyway, so here we go. So 2 of them are true and 1's a lie. 1 is bullshit. So you got to say if it's a Peter fact or nah. So so which one is the lie, basically, at the end. So we'll just listen to all 3. Okay, number 1. So these are all things about me personally. Okay. Number 1, I once saw Michael Jordan shopping at the Fashion Valley Mall. Number 2, I once almost got bitten by a dog with rabies. Number 3, I once farted on the intercom at Macy's at 2 a.m. during the Black Friday overnight sale because my coworker dared me to.
Oh,
So
man.
do you want to hear them again?
You've seen Michael Jordan. Where did you see Michael Jordan?
A Fashion Valley
At the
mall.
mall.
It's actually a fancy mall. So if you're going to see a celebrity, that would make sense. Just saying, for context. Honestly, I don't know, though. Not sure. It's possible. I think the second one is true, though. Almost getting bit by a rabid dog. Because, yeah, I've heard about that happen to other people, too. Seems like a not so rare occurrence, I guess. And then number 3 was, what was that one again?
I once farted on the intercom at Macy's at 2 a.m. because somebody dared me to.
Black Friday deal.
Have you worked at Macy's?
Oh yeah, I worked there for 6 years.
He has definitely worked at Macy's. I can confirm that part.
That was at at the mall, the same mall where I saw Michael Jordan.
How does Black Friday work? Did the door open up at midnight? Is that why you were there at 2?
Oh, basically, they started doing it on Black Friday. It got to the point where like they were open on a Friday at 3 a.m. It's like every year is like basically 2 stores in general, like Macy's and JCPenney. They would kind of try to one up each other every year. And eventually, I think Target was the first store to do it, to actually be open on Thanksgiving Day. And then, like, even then, it got to the point where, like, they'd get open earlier and earlier, because they used to be, like, maybe 8 Thanksgiving night. But then it got to the point where they open at, like, 4 Thanksgiving Day. So they're just open most of the day. Like, it got kind of ridiculous. And now they're going in the other direction, and they're all bragging like, "Oh, we're giving our employees Thanksgiving off. We're such good employees."
Like you should have done that the whole time.
They're just doing it for publicity because they get so much bad press, you know, especially with the pandemic. They're like, they're just having it off.
What a pile of shit!
But then they still open like 3 a.m. on Black Friday, so it's still stupid out there.
I'm gonna go with number 2 is nah.
Number 2 is not? Okay, what do you say, Keith?
I'm gonna go with number 1 is nah.
Okay. So the fact of the matter is number 3 is nah. You're both wrong.
I knew it. I kind of had that feeling too.
So I was
waffling between 1 and 3.
Let me give details. So, okay, I once saw Michael Jordan shopping at the Fashion Valley Mall. So I did see Michael Jordan, but it wasn't the basketball player one. It was some Australian guy, and I saw on his ID as he paid with his credit card. I was like, do you get a lot of people asking you if you play basketball? He's like, every fucking day, mate. He called me mate.
That is amazing.
But like, I don't know, I didn't want to be like obnoxious about it. Like, oh my God, you're Michael Jordan. Can I have your autograph? But like, I just like, oh, I bet you other people mentioned that. But I wouldn't do that. Of course, I'm a classic guy, but I bet you other people say that. Okay, so I once almost got bitten by a dog with rabies. Well, this is a true story. Like, there's this little Pomeranian dog, this cute little white fluffy dog. It looked like a marshmallow. And then I'd always see him. I'd go to my friend Jeff's house. His dad would give me a ride to school in high school. And then I walk in there, and then I open the door, and I see the dog foaming at the mouth. I was only in 10th grade. I didn't even know what rabies were. And I slammed the door shut. And then Jeff's like, well, why don't you go back in there and play with the dog? You're afraid of that little dog? I was like, no, there's something wrong. That thing's like possessed by a demon or something. And then it's like, oh, come on, no, nothing's going wrong. He's like laughing at me. Then he opens the door. He's like, nope. Like, you just like, oh, it was like the scariest thing ever. Like, I literally opened the door and like slammed it shut. He was like barking at me. So then it was real sad. Like, they ended up having to put the dog down because like it was just like dangerous, you know.
Well, yeah, man. Have you seen what happens to people when rabies goes untreated? They get this thing where you can't drink water because you become afraid of it. Your throat closes.
Heard of that?
And I saw a video of a guy. Every time they put water to his mouth, he's like, and eventually you just die of dehydration. Like rabies is super fucked up, man.
You can't just give it to your veins, like IV intravenously.
There's something about it. It just dehydrates you, man. Like you can't even take it in your veins. Like there's something about it. It's super fucked up. That's why you have to get it treated like right away. And like it's possible to get like just like a scratch and not even know it and get it from certain animals. It's dangerous out there, man.
Well, so this thing fired at the intercom, like that never really happened. But, the other
and I was thinking that too. I was like, I don't know if you would do that at work, because I know, like, I've worked with you, and I you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you would do that unless they were like gonna pay you a bunch of money or something. I guess, I don't know, but just to be dared to do it, you're right. That's why I was skeptical of it, to be honest. But the Michael Jordan thing seems very skeptical, skeptical too. So you got me, man. I was waffling between them. I will say this: I had a bunch of friends that went to public school. I went to Catholic school, but when I was in like 7th grade, my friend Brad was like, "Oh yeah, my friend Michael Jordan is coming to my birthday party. You haven't met him yet." And I was like, "What the fuck? His name's Michael Jordan." And I didn't believe him at first because I was a kid, and I was thinking like, "Oh, you can't have the same name as Michael Jordan," even though that's probably a super common name that a ton of people have.
Yeah,
like Michael B. Jordan, the actor, and whoever else. But at the time, it blew my mind, and I met him. I was like, "Holy shit, you're really Michael Jordan." He's just a white kid, from Cincinnati.
That's super funny. God damn, where does Michael Jordan live? Like the basketball player?
I think he lives in Chicago. That's where he played.
That's my guess. Yeah.
Still lives there?
Probably got a mansion in Chicago. Probably has multiple houses, dude. You probably got a beach house in Florida, fucking California house. You probably, sure he goes all over.
Bulls haven't been shit since he left the team.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I know he didn't make much money back then because of how, it was like inflation back then and whatnot, but I'm sure like with promotional deals, all the ads he did with Hanes and whatever else, Wheaties, he's got to be fucking set, dude.
Oh man, you know the commercials is where athletes make all their money, unless you're a baseball player and making $95 million per season somehow. I still don't understand how the baseball league gets so much money, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. Yeah. It's like in hockey, they get paid like $700,000 a year, and they fucking work hard. In baseball, they'll go there, hit a ball with a stick.
Soccer, you know what I mean? Soccer barely gets, same thing. I'm sure they don't get paid all that much.
You know what I was thinking? You know how soccer they like go down all the time? It's like
they fake and shit.
I
fucking hate that.
I used to think that they were like being bitches, but like that whole faking injury shit, that's like a whole like other technical side of soccer that we don't think about. They look like bitches, but like they're trying to trick the refs into fucking over the other team. Like it's actually it's kind of comical now that I'm consciously noticing it all the time, like the way they dive, and I'm like, oh, red card, fuck yeah. I still hate soccer. Well,
I can't watch it, dude. I played it. I love to play soccer. I even love to play soccer video games, but I just never really got into watching it on TV. Like so many of my friends are like way into it, kind of like people do with football. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Oh man, they started. Vancouver has their own like real soccer team, and like I can't do it. I'll never go watch one of those fucking games.
I'm honestly kind of bummed because Cincinnati got a like soccer team, the Cincinnati FC or whatever the fuck. And right after I moved to San Diego, basically like 2 years later, I was like, God damn it. Because that maybe would have got me into it. Because I'm sure a lot of my friends would have been going to the game and you just get fucked up.
They're like outdoor?
Cool. Like,
man,
it's like baseball. I hate baseball, but going and getting fucked up and drinking beers and getting stoned as fuck before I go, like, that makes it fun.
Baseball is so slow.
I don't care about the baseball game. I'm just hanging out with my friends.
Baseball more than soccer. Some sports sucks.
Yeah, it's boring as shit, dude. I feel like soccer is more fun to watch than baseball.
Yeah, well,
what were you saying, Peter? Sorry, man. I cut.
Oh, I think they're both more excited than golf, man. Golf is the boring thing to watch on TV.
Oh, golf is the worst. That'll put me to sleep, dude. If I put that on TV, I'll pass out and take a nap.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. One thing I really like watching, and it's actually like curling. It's like a really fast sport. You don't even realize.
I love curling, dude.
Super
Curling
technical.
They're like
super fast.
Yeah,
man. They throw 10 rocks in like 6 minutes, and they go through a whole round before you know it. And there's 10 rounds. Fucking, I love it.
Back in like the 96, I guess, what was that? 96 Winter Olympics, I guess, because then they did 2000 in Nagasaki. So 96 and 2000, me and my friends were like pretty young, like, I don't know, 10 and 14, I guess. So we were really into the Olympics, or, you know, more into it back then. And there was like a bunch of hot gymnasts, I remember back then too. And they were like our age. So it was like, okay, that we thought they were hot, you know, they're like 14-year-old chicks. But curling, dude, that was like one of our favorite things to watch. And like we would play curling, and my friend Chris, we would watch it, and then we'd go play it in my friend's garage. We would get a broom and like a fucking street hockey puck and like roll it, and then like use the broom and like try to get it like into the recycling bin or something.
Yeah.
It's fun as hell.
Dude, it's the best. It's when the Olympics were here in 2010, Canada swept curling and won gold and won every single fucking match. And they were saying there's a reason Canada has so many good curlers, because in Canada there's over 6,000 curling leagues in the whole country, and in America there's under 40.
Exactly.
So there's like a reason why so many Canadians are very good curlers. Oh, sorry.
I love the Simpsons episode where Marge was a curler. Did you see that?
I've never met a single American who's ever done like it. I wouldn't even know where to find a curling league.
Right?
You know, exactly. Not a lot.
Yeah. You know what I've heard about this, and I've never seen it in real life, but it's supposedly a popular game, pickleball. It's just like tennis, but it's a smaller court, and it's almost like a ping pong ball racket or something, like some wood little face on the racket. Like it's called pickleball, and like even at Target they sell the pickleball racket, and I think the actual balls are like almost like wiffle balls or something. That is like some like, you never heard of it, Keith? I saw a thing on the news about it.
I've heard of. To be honest, I've heard of it. The name sounds familiar. I didn't know what it was though. Like the way you're describing it, I had no idea that's what that was. But I've heard of pickleball.
It's almost like it's bigger. It's bigger than ping pong, but it's like almost a smaller version of tennis, like tennis with a smaller court. Oh yeah, see, like it's that's kind of comical.
Yeah,
it looks like giant ping pong. It almost like it's just like mini tennis.
and then
mini tennis, yeah, dude. I'm gonna ash this out. I can still hear you guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm just ashing out my bowl here.
But it just looks like it'd be super fast paced, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, right. That would be hard.
That's a wiffle ball.
It does seem like, yeah, it's kind of like you said, like ping pong, because you got to react super fast and be real close to the net.
This isn't like a normal wiffle ball. It must be specially made, because this ball is $15 itself. That's ridiculous.
Damn.
But yeah, it's not because I saw at Target, like the rackets themselves are even like, I don't know, there's like a $20 one, then there's like a $40 one if you're really serious about it, you know, like I used to be in tennis in the day. They used to have rackets that are like $300. That was back in the 80s. I can't imagine what they're made now. They probably buy yourself a $1,000 tennis racket. I always thought it's so funny with the tennis rackets with the huge heads. It's kind of like cheating, because if you saw the ones in the 70s, they're like a tiny, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. My dad had one of those little circle, like elliptical ones.
Just on a stick. It's basically a little like a circle on a stick on a little wood, you know. But
really,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're super tiny. Like the ball, you had like maybe an inch border around where the ball surface was gonna hit this thing. You know what I mean? Like, you had to be fucking aiming on point.
Oh, like a really old one, eh?
Yeah, like from the 70s. Like Google 70s tennis racket.
Because my papa had one, a really... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, see, my papa had an old wooden one with, like, it had, like, a these screws on it that you put this case over top of it, but it was small like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the screws with the case. I remember that. My dad had that shit for his too, like the wooden screw.
Yeah, it was like a triangle like press that went across it. Like, I don't know how that kept it safer, but I guess it did somehow.
But you didn't play with using that, did you? That was just a storage case, right?
Yeah, that was the storage thing.
When you weren't playing, right?
But I bet those things would snap all the time because it's just like, see, the other ones they fan out like that in a V shape, and this was like literally just a circle on top of a stick, you know?
Yeah,
it'd probably like snap in half like a toothpick.
Well, let's do some Florida fiction.
Hell yeah, my favorite game.
For those of you who don't know, Florida fiction is a game where I have 3 Florida Man segments. 2 of them are real and 1 of them is fake. And Peter and Keith here have to guess which one is the fake one. I will read them all out in a row, and you guys can ask me to read whichever one you want again, or in a row, whatever. And to the victor go the nothing. You just sort of win this round. So let's begin. Number 1. Florida man seriously injured after attempting to B&E into a house down a chimney dressed like Santa Claus. Number 2. Florida man awakens to intruder sucking his toes on Christmas Eve. Number 3. Florida man arrested for handing out free marijuana because it was Christmas.
Wait, what? Who was sucking whose toes?
Yeah, what was
number
that?
Number
2.
Florida man awakens to intruder sucking his toes on Christmas Eve.
Oh, and to an intruder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
And
I feel like I've actually heard of number 3. I feel like that one I've heard of, but maybe I'm wrong.
What was
giving out free weed as for Christmas?
Yeah, I think that's a real one. And then the first one about the guy, he got stuck in the chimney.
Florida man seriously injured after attempting B&E on a house down a chimney dressed like Santa Claus.
That's great.
They all seem kind of could be real. I don't know. Okay, let's.
Right. And then the second one is sucking the toes, and I feel like that could be totally real too. You know what? I'm just gonna go with. I mean, I never know. They could all be fucking real. I'm gonna go with number 1. That's my instinct on this. Number 1.
I'm gonna say the. I still think the toe sucking one is real, so I'll just say the number 3, the handing out marijuana is the lie.
Editor Kevin, please insert a drum roll now. Keith, you win! Number 1!
Yeah! Fuck yeah, that's my second win.
Is that your second? That's amazing.
Ever, yeah. I only won the one time when it was just you and me. And it was like a month ago, 2 months ago. We did an episode, just you and me, and I actually won that one. But, yes, finally got a win.
Great success.
Against someone else. Yeah.
So you won the last one and this one?
I think it was 2 ones ago.
Oh, okay.
Where it was just you and me, and I won. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up.
Fucking roll, buddy.
But I do remember I did win. Yeah, I'm getting better, dude. I'm getting better. All right.
Awesome. Well, do y'all have anything else?
I think that's good. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired at a long day today.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how many people have actually checked out my soap shoe videos on Soapworthy Productions. I know Kevin links a lot of his YouTube videos to my channel now, which is phenomenal. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I do the same. I put your Suckhole link on mine. But if you have, I know I commented on the last video that I was going to try to put out a video for November and December. Unfortunately, I recently somehow injured my arm, and it has I thought I maybe tore my rotator cuff because I couldn't lift my arm at all. I still can't lift it very high. This is about as high as I can go, but I can move it a lot more than I could.
Wait, how'd you do that? You're trying to make your WTW at a vigorous session?
Yeah, no, no, man, I don't know. I think it's from work because I kind of sit with my arm elevated on the left, and then I'm using my right hand to do most stuff. So my arm's just kind of sitting there up in a weird position. So I honestly feel like that must have been finally, I don't know what happened to like trigger this, but I woke up last Saturday with a stiff neck. I couldn't turn to the left all the way, like it would like stop me like when I get here or whatever. And then on Sunday, I had pain like up here, like in, I guess, what's that, the trap area or whatever. And then Monday, it was in my shoulder. Tuesday, it was like down here in my arm, like kind of around my bicep area. And then it went back to my shoulder for Wednesday and Thursday, but it was just like a mild pain, like uncomfortable, but I could still move my arm completely normal in all directions. And Veronica, actually, it's crazy. My girlfriend Veronica had tendonitis in her right hand from working, which makes sense because she's an accountant like me. You're using a right hand for a mouse and keyboard and all that shit. You're using a right hand for almost everything. And so she hasn't been able. I've been trying to like help out and do dishes, and I was even making dinner a couple times last week and stuff like that. But then Thursday night, I went to the chiropractor. He did like an adjustment, and then like, my neck, I could turn my neck more, and it felt like, okay, hopefully that's a little more relief. But then all Thursday night, my arm kept getting like more sore and stiff feeling, like it was not comfortable. And then I woke up Friday and I like just could barely move it. Like I had 50% of my normal mobility. So I called out of work and I was like, my arm's really hurting. I don't know what happened, but I'm just going to try to rest and see, hopefully it'll get better over the weekend. And then Saturday, it was worse, like just throbbing pain. I couldn't sleep. Like I was sleeping from like 11 p.m. to maybe 1 a.m. And then I would be up until like 5 to 6 a.m. Maybe, and then I would fall asleep for 3 more hours, so like 9 a.m. and then I'd be up all day again. Because when I laid down, it was the most painful. Like putting my like body back onto my shoulder like hurt really fucking bad. So it was just felt like a stabbing sensation. And anytime I moved my arm to try to do things, it was the same thing. It felt like I was like tearing the muscle or something fucking crazy, like really high, like 9 out of 10 level pain. And I was screaming and like grunting, like, oh, fuck, like that type of shit all weekend long. Fucking miserable. And Sunday was the worst. I could not move my arm. I could move my arm like from like my top of my belly to like down to my side, but I couldn't move it like outwards or upwards or anything. I couldn't wash my hand because I couldn't reach out to like get my hand to the sink, so I'd have to like spray water with my other hand onto this hand to try and wash it. Like I was like, this is not good. Like I don't know what happened, but my arm is fucked up. So I even texted my boss like Sunday afternoon, like my arm is only getting worse. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna go to the doctor tomorrow, so I'm not gonna come to the office, but I'm gonna hopefully be there Tuesday. And so yeah, I went to a fucking urgent care today, and they did an X-ray. They gave me a shot of muscle relaxer in my arm, which fucking helped a lot. It took the pain away. It's very, it's a little bit of pain, but it's fucking like a 2 out of 10 now. And then they prescribed me some nerve relaxers, or so I can't remember what it is, but it's some sort of, it's not really a pain reliever, but it helps relax your nerves and stuff like that. So then your muscle relax more too. And then
like a pill?
Yeah, it's a pill, and then I can take it every 8 hours. And I took one of those immediately at like 4:00 when I got it today. And dude, I was surprised too, man, because I don't have insurance. And I went to this urgent care place. It was only $25 to see the doctor, and then then they came and they're like, well, since you're getting the X-ray and the shot of the muscle relaxer and you don't have insurance, we have to charge you for that. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And she's like, it's $20. And my mind was blown. I'm like, are you serious? Like $20 and I'm getting 4 X-rays and a muscle relaxer injection? Like, this is like unbelievably cheaper than if I had insurance. If I had insurance, I would be paying like maybe $250 to $300 a month just to have it. And then I would be paying like a $45 copay to go see the doctor. Plus, who knows how much the fucking copay is for an X-ray. Like I would, you know what I mean? Like if you add it up just in 1 month of going and you seeing the doctor, I'd be paying like closer to like $300 if I had insurance, or maybe even I don't know, maybe like $500, depending on how much they charge for an X-ray. But
even with insurance?
Yeah, well, because that's what I'm saying. With insurance, you're already paying the $250 to $300 a month to have insurance. Then you have to pay like a $45 copay to go see your doctor anytime you see him.
It's a big scam.
And then they charge you for an X-ray. Like maybe it's like you have a $25 copay on an X-ray. Maybe you have a $100 copay on an X-ray. It depends on your plan. It's such a fucking scam. And that's my point, is that I don't even have insurance, and it cost me literally a total. I went and got my prescription. I paid $25 for the doctor, $20 for the X-ray and the shot, and $20 for my prescription pills. So I paid a total of $65. And I got everything done that I needed to get done without insurance. And that's why our system in America is so fucking fucked up.
Everything that you just explained, everything, if that had happened in Canada, you wouldn't even need insurance to be free. I guarantee you.
Oh, I know. I get that. And
except for the prescription. You would definitely still need to pay for a prescription. If you had insurance like through work, they probably, like, my insurance is always like $18 a month, and the prescription would probably be like $2.
$2, yeah. I've heard
it. That's why, like, the Democrats, they want universal health care, but the Republicans, they're like, strict capitalists. They want to charge you.
They want to make money, dude. It's so huge. That's what I'm saying. If I had insurance, not only am I paying $250 every fucking month, whether I use anything or not. You know what I mean? Like, for years. When's the last time I was at the doctor? 2018, dude. So I would have paid a total of like, $8,000 that I never used it for. Plus, if I wanted to see the doctor, $45 a pop, plus whatever else they want to charge me for, plus paying for my prescriptions.
Jesus Christ, man.
And yeah.
Holy fuck.
And I mean, that's real. I'm not exaggerating at all.
No, I mean, I from what I've like seen in documentaries and stuff, it almost sounds like it's a little less from what you're saying. Your experiences from other parts of the country are more expensive.
Oh, like this is cheaper than what you've heard of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure that is too. But I got, like I said, man, no insurance. I paid $65, and it's insane.
That's nuts.
Why would? And it makes me it affirms my belief that I've had forever that insurance, car insurance, health insurance is all such a fucking scam and just a money grab, dude. They're just getting money from you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, car insurance, you don't have a choice. You have to have that. But at least with health insurance, you didn't have to. So I've never had it. Like, I've never paid for it. Even if my office, like even in California, I've had companies that have offered it, but you still have to pay like $200 a month. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do that, dude. It's a waste of my money.
Even through work insurance.
Even through work.
Yeah, dude. They take it out of your paycheck.
That's like literally a third of every one of my paychecks. I get paid every week, but still, it's like a lot of money. Like the most I've been charged is $26 a month, but that was really good insurance. My prescriptions were free, and any of the stuff like surgeries up to $10,000 were covered. Like ridiculous. Essential surgeries, not like liposuction or anything like that.
Yeah,
just like
in Ohio, it was a lot cheaper. I had jobs that had it, and you could buy it through work, and it was way cheaper. Like you would pay maybe fucking $50 a month, and that would include health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, and then
dental's a big one. If it doesn't cover dental, I'm not fucking taking it. What's the point? Because dental here is not part of healthcare. So like an X-ray at a dentist is $100 every fucking time.
Exactly.
A visit, and then it's $150 just to visit with the fucking
dental X-rays. It's crazy.
And there's a push to get dental on our healthcare right now, which would change everyone's lives. Because like my teeth are so fucked, man. My teeth are so
fucked. My teeth are fucked right now too, because I haven't had dental insurance since Pure Ratios. My job now doesn't have it, so I'm just fucked. I don't know. That's something I want to look into, is just buying private dental insurance for myself, like, because that would be worth it. That I would use.
Thinking about that myself too. Like, if I could pay like $60 a month, I'm gonna fucking use that $60 a month hardcore on my teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, sorry. Long story short, I was making a point out of this whole fucking story. Sorry. so my arm's been fucked up. So I haven't been able, like, I was literally going to go record soap videos last Sunday with Ryan Brady, but that's kind of when my arm started hurting to begin with. So we didn't do that. We just hung out and chilled. But I haven't been able to record any soap videos. I'm hoping that my arm gets better soon now that I have medicine and whatever. But I know I've got to take it easy. But I'm really hoping I can at least put out a soap edit by Christmas. And I want to wear this fucking hat. It says "Feeling Frosty" in my soap edit. So fingers crossed I'll get better and I'll be able to put that out. And thank you anybody who has checked out my YouTube page. And that's all I got.
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. It's the end of the show.
Yeah.
That was it.
Right.
That was yeah. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. Follow us on Twitter.
Tim Burton. Follow us on timburton.com.
Please go and find us on TikTok and follow us there. And I've just recently joined up with Clapper, and it's sort of like TikTok but less Chinese. It's
Nice.
very small right now, so go over there and get over there if you can, and go onto YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Follow us there. The Earths Suckhole. Follow Keith Perry's channel, Soapworthy Productions, and follow the other podcasts. Lights Out Entertainment, where we throw up all of our audio drama, comedy, horror, western, musical fucking plays. Fuck yeah. And if you want to give us suggestions, say hi, or tell us to go fuck ourselves, you can email us at earthsuckhole@gmail.com. Now, is there anything else I may have forgotten? Oh yeah, go fuck yourself. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Right on.